Today I'm making one of the most requested formulas that I get on social media. Today we're making aloe vera gel. I'm using aloe vera juice for this, but if you want to, you can use fresh aloe vera leaves and scrape out the gel and sieve it and use that. I don't have any to hand, which is why I'm using the juice. The difference with the juice is that it's been extracted and it includes a bit of a preservative and some citric acid. So first I'm adding my vegetable glycerin. If you don't want to use this, you can also use propanediol 1,3. And then I'm adding my Soligum AX. Now I'm a bit in love with this ingredient because it creates really silky gels, but if you don't have it or can't get hold of it, then use xanthan gum soft or xanthan gum clear, depending on how clear you want the finished result. You may need to use less if you're using xanthan gum. I'm making a fairly thin gel because I want to put it in both a jar and a squeezy bottle, but you can up this percentage and just deduct it from the water phase if you want it thicker. So mix the Soligum or xanthan gum into your glycerin until you have a paste, and then you can add your water. If you're using Soligum, you'll find that this dissolves and creates a gel really quickly. Xanthan gum, you may see a few little chunks floating around, but just make sure you mix it in well with the glycerin first, and that should prevent it mostly. Once the water's added, you can just keep stirring it until you create a gel. As I said, it happens reasonably quickly with Soligum. It might take a little longer with xanthan gum. And yeah, just keep mixing it and you'll get your gel consistency, which I'll show you in a moment. So you can see now it's started to thicken and I have my gel. So now I'm going to add my aloe vera juice. You can use as much or as little as you like. I'm using 20%. I want it to be fairly concentrated. And then you just mix that in along with your preservative. For the preservative, I'm using phenoxyethanol EHG. You can use any other water-soluble preservative that you'd like. Just take note of the pH and the quantity that you're supposed to be adding. Then give that a really good mix. You can use a shear mixer if you want to, however I do find that just adds lots of bubbles, so I tend to do it by hand, but make sure you do it very well because you want all the ingredients to incorporate properly. And here is our finished gel. Like I said, if you want it thicker, add more Soligum or xanthan gum. Soligum makes a bit of a thinner gel than xanthan gum alone, so bear that in mind. If you're using Soligum, you might need to use a tiny bit more to get a thicker product than you would xanthan gum. And then test the pH just to check. Because I used aloe juice, it already had a pH adjuster within it, so this has come out at 5.39 for me, which is absolutely fine, but you'll need to test yours depending on what you're using and make sure you adjust up or down accordingly. For skin, it's nice to have a pH between 4.5 and 5.5. Now I'm using these a squeezy bottle and a jar, just because I had them handy, and that's why I've made it quite thin, because I wanted to go through a squeezy jar. You can also add oil to this if you want to, but make sure that you add a solubilizer so that it mixes. Same goes for fragrance. If you want to add a fragrance, just deduct from the water phase and replace it with your oil and fragrance of choice. That's because aloe vera on its own can actually be quite drying, although it's soothing, so if you do want to add an oil to it, then that is a good idea. You can also add colour if you like, just add a bit of mica to the glycerin phase. And it just goes on really lovely. Aloe vera gel is really soothing. It's good for inflammation, and also if you have skin itching, it soothes that instantly because it has a cooling effect. So it's a really nice product just to have on hand for things like that. It can also help sort of soothe sunburn and that kind of thing. So yeah, I hope you liked this video. I hope it was useful. It has been requested a lot. As you can see, it is really simple. You can just customize it as you like. You can even add some actives if you want to make it into like a gel mask. You can make it thicker, add some moisturizing actives such as Saccharide Isomeric Plus is a good addition. Just get inventive with it really. This is a good basis for a lot of products and can be added to a lot of things. So yeah, I hope it's been helpful. If you want to keep up with what else I've got up to, I have started doing some vlogs on here, so do check them out. I am a little bit awkward at the moment because I'm not used to it, but that'll get better, I'm sure. I also have an Instagram linked here. Please do subscribe to this channel, it means a lot. And if you do want some extra content, I have a Patreon. I offer various tiers, including a mentoring tier if you need some help growing your business. And I also have over 50 different patron exclusives at time of recording this, so go and check them out because they're also very requested formulas, just showing some on screen here, and I'll see you next time.